All right, everyone. So I found an interesting article on eWrestlingNews.com titled "The Good Brothers WWE is no longer WWE." On a recent episode of their Talk and Shop podcast, former WWE superstars, the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, weighed in on the surprising news that WWE chose not to renew R-Truth's contract, reflecting on the company's current direction. The duo emphasized that WWE is no longer the same entity it once was. Anderson said, "It's not the WWE anymore, guys. It's a company called TKO." Gallows echoed the sentiment, adding, "I don't look at WWE as WWE anymore. They are TKO now, and that's great. That's good for them. It's not the same thing." R-Truth, who had been with WWE since 2008 in his most recent stint, is among the latest names to part ways with the promotion. WWE officially became part of TKO Group Holdings in 2023, following its acquisition by Endeavor, the parent company of UFC. So I wanted to do this story just because this is something since the release. I don't know if you call it a release, but basically a release of R-Truth and obviously Carlito as well. And the reason I wanted to do this, and I've done a few, is because I think this is a topic that has kind of gone under the radar, right? With all the allegations and everything against Vince McMahon, people, after they saw all the allegations, they saw that stuff, everybody felt, okay, we're fine with Vince McMahon not being, a part of the company any longer. But due to that, because they're like, I'm happy he's gone, nobody really thought about, okay, the company that's coming in here, right? The TKO group, all of this stuff. What exactly are they, what exactly is this? Is this going to be something different? And I do think we saw early signs, and that's why we did a video about it way back then. We did see signs early when they were kind of firing some of the behind the scenes people that this company was going to be run a lot differently in terms of there isn't this really any sort of loyalty factor any longer. And so that's one of the, to me, the issues I wanted to touch on. And I thought it was interesting that you're hearing this now more and more. We've done a few videos on this, but now we're getting more former WWE superstars coming out and saying, listen, this is a change, right? That was kind of the reaction. Think about the reaction from the locker room to R-Truth not being, um, you know, he's him departing the company now, right? Him being gone. Think about the reaction. They were upset. There was a lot of anger. I think there's a lot of people in the locker room with a lot of these layoffs you're seeing that are starting to maybe realize this. This has been one of the great things Triple H has been able to do is he's able to connect with a lot of the wrestlers and he's able to connect with kind of the suits in the back, right? He's a mix of both. He is a suit, and he's also able to connect with, the wrestlers. And so there's so much really, really good stuff he's done. The product is so good. The roster they have is so good. I love a lot of what's going on. But this is the one thing that does worry me a little bit is that this company is now, being run much differently. Like some to me, I'm just throwing it out there. R-Truth, Carlito, I thought they were great parts of the show, and I understand it from a business perspective. I understand that they're looking at it from, you know, listen, if they can't kind of recoup what they're getting, they're going to move off of some of these stars. And look, it's a business. I understand that. I just find it like, the Carlito segments, the R-Truth segments, they were pretty good. They were funny. They add just a little bit to the show, and we'll see where it goes from here. We'll see if they return, and I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is a problem? Do you think I'm kind of reading too far into it? I've just had this thought that since everybody kind of wanted Vince out, right, and I'm talking about the WWE universe because of the allegations, and then obviously the company was like, all right, you're out of here. But with all of this stuff, I just think nobody really took the time to be like, okay, so we're all happy that Vince is gone. So now, nobody's going to question, if there's going to be some changes in a negative way with some of this stuff, right? Which so far the product has been phenomenal. I think Triple H has done such a good job, and obviously with the allegations against Vince and everything we've seen, he wasn't going to remain in charge of the company, right? So far, I think so good, but this everything we've seen with Carlito, everything we've seen with R-Truth, and some of these big layoffs, you just wonder if there's a little bit of change going on. But put in the comment section below what you think, and I will see you next time. Thank you all for watching.